Hi everybody, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. Welcome to the video for September 2015. We're going to probably do a bit of healing, a bit of meditation and also some guided messages from Archangel Metatron on this video, because that is the energy that I particularly work with, and also the energy of colour therapy. So there is something that is very urgent that Metatron wants to talk about, and in fact he's been really in my head for the last 4 days talking about this. Tried to make a video yesterday, didn't quite work because I'm struggling with technology a bit. I'm making this actually on my old computer, so I will get there with the new one that's arrived. But it was interesting because there was a key point that I had actually missed out of yesterday's video about what I'm about to say. And this is to do with Ascension Symptoms, more really. And I hope you all understand what I mean by that, which is that we are on a planet which is ascending, vibrations are changing, we are all being asked to shed our old stuff and become basically better, more loving, more centered people who are able to live from the heart. And this is the ascension journey. And I noticed, having had time off, looking at social media in particular, that it really came home to me how many of these energetic warnings are out there. And I've been guilty of this myself in the past, but it's almost like a learning curve that we've all been going through, maybe as spiritual teachers. And I feel as though Metatron is wanting to draw a line in the sand now in terms of the energy around these energy updates. It's quite interesting. What he's really saying is that when you read something, whether it's on the computer or in written word, or you hear something which is alluding to either a moon phase that is coming up, solar flares that are about to hit our planet, planetary activity that's up there, particularly things like Mercury retrograde, where it's almost like everyone takes a collective intake of breath and expects things to almost go wrong for the next month or so with regard to technology, or just holding off making new starts. So things like that, basically, which often these energy updates talk about. And what often comes in with them is a warning in terms of what is going to happen to our physical body, that we are going to get a number of ascension symptoms, whether this be headaches, stomach aches, tiredness, lethargy, feeling sluggish, feeling disorientated. The list goes on and on and on. And whilst he is saying that this can be true and that we can be affected by a lot of the new energy that's coming into our planet, whether that be through flares, through moon phases, through portals opening up, through planetary activity, he's wanting to remind each of us today that we are divine beings. And as divine beings, when we are fully centered into that and into our I am presence, we are able to cope with any upgrade that is coming into this planet. He also reminds us quite firmly here that we are physical, we're people who, we're spirit basically, we are soul in a physical body. But that physical body is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it is able to cope with so much change and so much evolution, and already has done so over many millennia. And I think it's really important to hold on to that at this time. And maybe I'm talking about it this September because, yes, there is another big influx of energy coming through. Yes, there is huge opportunity to grow, but there's also opportunity to maybe almost expect the worst. It's almost as though to get to the good stuff, we have to go through the difficulty. And I really feel as though Metatron is saying, let's just all relax a little bit. And can we stop paying so much attention to what other people are telling us is about to happen and go within instead into our own truth? It was very interesting being on holiday, and I was in a large resort in Spain. And of course, when everyone is sort of, I suppose, dressed in swimwear or holiday gear, it's almost as though it's very hard to really see the truth of who people are sometimes, because it's literally like they're stripped down to nothing. So you can't see whether they are a professional person, whether, you know, the uniform has been taken off. And I was sitting, as I often do on holiday, just looking at people. I think I would have loved to have been a psychologist in another life. I love looking at people in terms of what makes them tick, you know, how people behave. It really fascinates me. And just looking at a great mass of people, it's really hard to tell who is awake spiritually and who isn't. And the point is, there would have been a lot of people there in that resort who weren't necessarily spiritually awake and on their ascension path, but they were still able to have a really good time. They weren't being affected necessarily by things that were happening from above, planetary things that were going on. They were just getting on with it. And I almost feel as though we need to take a step out of a page out of their book a little bit. So that is a really strong, firm message from Metatron, which is that yes, ascension symptoms can happen, but please don't dwell on them too much. It's a bit like, what he's saying is, if you have something physically wrong with your body, maybe you have great pain in your body, or you're fighting a disease or something. Sometimes the worst thing that you can do is to actually dwell on it too much, because there is this thing about what we fixate on, what we think about grows. You know, we are what we think. And so therefore, if you read something or you see something that is warning you about, oh, you know, there is this big upgrade about to happen, hold on to your hats, you know, this is about to affect you and particularly affect your physical body, well, you can manifest that really, really easily. So let's instead go within. Let's go within and connect to our own divinity and connect into this amazing vehicle that we are all in, which is our physical body. He's talking to me here about Professor Stephen Hawking, who is a UK physicist. Can't even say the word. I think he's a physicist. But anyway, he has one of the greatest minds that we have on this planet at the moment. And he is in a severely disabled body with motor neuron disease. Yet, within that physical shell of his body, he is able to do exactly what he was meant to do on this planet at this time, which is bring amazing knowledge into our consciousness. He's not letting the symptoms of his physical body, which in this case are to do with disease, affect his path and his destiny. So I feel there's a lesson there for all of us. Stop giving so much time and attention to ascension symptoms that, yes, may be out there in the collective, but we don't have to pull them into ourselves. Okay, thank you. Needed to say that. Let's get on to September. What I'd like to do for September, before we do anything, is to pull a colour card. Got these for my birthday. They're very beautiful. And I'm just going to ask Metatron to give us a heads up, basically, in terms of the colour that is going to particularly support us through the month of September and the coming days and weeks. So let's just ask Metatron, who is completely surrounded by rainbow light all of the time, and whose language is colour. So many of you have heard me say that, but the way he speaks to us is through colour. Please, Archangel Metatron, what is the main colour that can help us to maintain our emotional, physical and spiritual health this coming month? And it's this one. Turquoise. Turquoise is my favourite colour, so I'm also being drawn to the one on the bottom of the pack, which is tangerine. Let me talk about both of these together, because actually they are complementary colours. What I teach in colour therapy is that increasingly it's not good enough to just link into one colour. We have to link into the complementary colours, and turquoise and orange are complementary colours. When you use them together, there is great power and great healing that is possible. So I feel as though what he wants me to do here is to actually spray both of those for you. And I'm just going to reach for them in my the Metatron set that I make. So just looking at them over there, I'm going to go and grab them. Okay. perfect, perfect actually. Orange in the Metatron energy system is the connection and attunement energy. Turquoise is the energy which is to do with opening up the throat chakra. Okay, I'm just going to spray both of them and let's just see what we get. What is it the Metatron wants to say to us with these colours this month? So I'm spraying the orange first. And as always, I'd like you just to consciously open up your chakras, open up your energy centre to receive this beautiful orange light. And the first thing that he's saying to me is I'm being shown a set of traffic lights and we are on the orange light. So this is the get ready signal. It's the get ready signal. So we haven't yet got the green light, but we're not on red anymore. We're not on stop. We are on get ready. It feels as though we know, I've just said, there is this huge influx of energy coming in. And so we need to start to get ready for that, but not from a place of fear, almost from a place of anticipation. I'm being shown an analogy of a car. It's as though we're all in a car and it's as though we're revving up the accelerator a little bit, really wanting to get going onto the next phase of our life, but not quite yet able to because it's not red, but it's not yet green. So we've got orange. We've then got turquoise. Okay, so let me spray the turquoise and see what energy I get with that. So we'll put the turquoise around. Maybe you'd like to imagine that you've got a beautiful band of orange energy around you, and now you've got a beautiful band of turquoise energy coming in as well. And together, they complement each other perfectly. The turquoise energy is washing us clean. It is completely cleansing us from the past. I want to say the past, and I'm being drawn to the back of the body. So maybe you'd like to tune into the back of your body, into your spinal cord in particular, into all the different vertebrae within the back and the spine. And some of you may have back problems. Some of you may be blessed with very beautiful backs that are strong and robust. Doesn't matter what condition your back is in. Your back represents your support system, and it also represents the past. And so what we're going to do is we're going to put a beautiful turquoise energy flowing down your back. And I'd literally like you to imagine that you are standing in the most beautiful heavenly spa. And this is a spa, the like of which you have never seen. And I'm being shown you standing on white tiles. It's beautifully clean. And there are these jets of coloured light coming down onto your body. And in particular, the turquoise jet of pure, brilliant aquamarine light is just now starting to flow down your spine. It starts at the altar major point at the base of your skull, and it's that now flowing down to the top of the spine. And I'd just like you to imagine a turquoise light flowing down your back, and in particular flowing down your spine. You may feel a coolness as this starts to happen, and this is fine. It's just an indication that Metatron and Spirit are with you. And what they are doing is they're just flushing through and helping you let go of fear, of negativity, of things from your past that need to be released. And they are just flowing down and being released into the earth. So just really feel that flow of fresh energy coming in right from the base of the skull, flowing down your back, down into the tailbone basically, and then washing over your hips, down through your legs, taking it all the way through the joints, backs of the knees as well, feeling a beautiful cool release. taking it into your ankles and into your feet. And then we're going to put the orange energy, and that's now coming down onto the front of your body. So I'm putting the orange energy, and I'd just like you to imagine in this beautiful heavenly spa, there is now this orange light coming down onto you. And that's coming down to the front of the body. The turquoise and the orange are starting to merge as they flow through you. And the orange is bringing in fun, excitement, creativity, fulfillment, fertility, sexuality, life force. And it's reviving you, bringing in all this positive new energy into your physical being. And these colours of turquoise and orange that are now flowing through each chakra point, literally feel all of the chakras just starting to circulate with both orange and turquoise. Orange and turquoise into the base, orange and turquoise into the sacral, which feels a really beautiful natural place for them to be. Orange and turquoise circulating into the solar plexus. Orange and turquoise circulating into your heart, reminding you of how much love there is in this universe for you. Maybe feeling the excitement come back into your heart as you reawaken your love of life and your love of yourself. Turquoise and beautiful aquamarine now flowing up through the higher heart into the throat, up into the altar major, the third eye and the crown. And then just expand that out into your aura. And just know that together these colours are going to be with you through September. Okay. And you can just stay now in that beautiful colour energy that we just put around you. As I just choose now another card from another deck to just really ask Metatron what's coming up for all of us collectively this September. So I'm going to use the Stephen Farmer deck because we know there are lots of changes coming up with the Earth this month. I was actually told this morning, just as I was in that sleepy state, just as you're waking up, it felt as though Metatron was saying that September is a month when a lot of things may happen out there in the world. I feel as though there are going to be some big events happening in September. Some of them quite challenging, but again, please don't go into fear on that one. We're not quite into September as I make this video, and we have all the panic, for example, around the money markets in the world. But there are other things coming in as well. But it's almost as though whatever is going on out there, we still have to come back to ourselves. And I actually feel on a personal level, it's quite a good month for most of us. But collectively, strangely enough, there are other things happening. I know that's a bit of a, doesn't quite make sense, but that's what I'm being told. So that's what I'm going to say to you. Okay, 3 cards, Archangel Metatron, please, for September and what we can expect going forward. First card, wind activation. Second card, eagle communion. Okay, got a lot going on with the element of air then. And third card being very problematical. They're all falling, okay. Third card, rain, okay. It feels like we've got some interesting weather patterns coming up in September because we've got 3 cards here which all link into the elements. Wind, which is obviously to do with the element of air, and actually it's quite a unusual image here. It's almost like literally the element of air blowing all of this stream of energy into the planet. And actually I'm looking at the colours. Can you see those colours are what we've just been talking about? It's like the turquoise and the orange. I think this represents just the swirling new energy that's coming in, but I am linking into weather patterns that are going to be quite fierce maybe in unusual places around the world as well. Actually, when I was on holiday in Mallorca, we had 3 days of rain out of 9, which is quite unusual, you know, and really severe thunderstorms as well, and lightning. And so there's something going on with weather patterns at the moment. But again, remember that the weather is just as much a part of us as anything else. We are all connected to everything. And so therefore, if we can settle our emotions within our own body and heal ourselves, keep going back to ourselves, what happens out there starts to calm down as well. Second card is Eagle, Communion. Beautiful card, red Indian, eagle, and also we have got a moon there, talking about the moon. But more than anything, this is about communing with spirit, communing with Archangel Metatron. Again, the need to keep going within. I feel really drawn at this point to use the Lilac Light spray. This is for guidance and insight. There are 2 lilac themed sprays in the Metatron range. One is for going outward, which is the Soul Star spray, which is lavender. And when I say outward, it's about helping you to access higher realms, to link into maybe, I don't know, different planetary aspects, or link into your guides, about going out there. This one here, the Lilac Light, is about going within. It's about going into your heart and hearing your own truth. So even though we've got a lot going on around us in September in the collective, we really need to be communing with spirit, with our angels, with our guides, with Metatron this coming month to get us through. So let's link into the lilac and let's see what we get. Okay, so Lilac Light. And I'd like you to almost feel a beautiful cocoon of lilac being placed around you. It's very restful, very, very restful. And it's also about bringing balance. So lilac, just bringing balance into your body, balancing the right and left hemispheres of the brain, helping to slow everything down. Slow everything down. Step out of the drama. Keep it simple. Be gentle on yourself. Just allow that lilac energy to come in now. And it feels as though it's coming in like a funnel. And I'm feeling it coming in through the higher chakras, coming down now into my throat. And it wants to rest in my heart. So just feel and allow in this beautiful pool of lilac energy into your heart. And it brings a resting place. It's reminding you that there is this resting place within your heart. And maybe you'd like to see yourself beside a beautiful lilac pool. And I'm being shown here a beautiful, feels like a small lake, but the colour of the water is lilac. Very, very beautiful. You can see the shimmering reflection of the moon within it as well. Or you may be able to see the shimmering reflection of the sun, but I'm being drawn to the moon. And I just want you to almost feel as though you're peering over, looking into this beautiful lilac pool. And it's as though you can see your reflection in it. Just take a look at what your reflection looks like. And then it's as though you can change any aspect of that. And this is deep cellular change that's taking place. It's not cosmetic. It's not about a new hairstyle or different, I don't know, skin tone or anything like that. It's about taking a look, and I want you to look at your reflection in that pool and look into your eyes in particular. See your soul. Let that lilac remind you of who you really are. A divine, beautiful being that is here right now, doing well. And then we're going to put the complementary colour around this whole scene and image as well. Golden light now coming down as you look into this beautiful lilac water. And you can see within the reflection like a golden aura around your body. And you are beautiful. And you are perfect as you are. And Metatron reminds you that you are perfect as you are with all your flaws. You are perfect as you are. Okay. So they're nice colours as well for the month ahead. The lilac and the gold. The last card is purification, which, to be honest, speaks for itself, doesn't it? But again, we've got the weather coming in. I'd like to pick a last card from a completely different deck. This is, I can't even remember what deck it is. I'm sorry, I haven't got the box to hand. It doesn't matter. Let's just ask Archangel Metatron this time for a supportive energy also for September and see what we get. Okay, so final message from you today, Archangel Metatron. Thank you for being with us as you always are and guiding us through all of the weeks, all of the days and all of the months ahead. So a card for September. It's a lady asleep. It's actually talking about dreaming. It's sleep state. There's a lot going to be happening in sleep state this coming month. Are you aware of how vivid your dreams are at the moment? I certainly am. I'm dreaming also of people from my past. Lots of different people from my past. And quite surprising, you know, some of the things that are coming up in my dreams. I'm sure I'm not the only one doing that. So it's almost as though you need to just keep a record of what is happening in your dreams because they are trying to tell you something. It's your subconscious that is being stirred. There are always messages in our dreams. Really take note of your dreams. But this is also talking about love. It's saying someone you love will appear to you in your dreams. They reflect a part of you, a time of remembrance, a time of reflection and healing. This could be somebody that you physically love, that you're not with anymore, or it could be somebody that has passed over, is actually in a different plane of existence now, maybe dreaming of parents that have gone, grandparents that have gone. And it's really that they're just coming back through the veils. The veils are getting thinner and thinner, and they're just reminding you that you are surrounded by so much love. And it's, I think when we develop our third eye, you know, I coach a lot of people to try and help them develop their intuition, to develop their third eye activity. And people always expect, you know, to be able to see the angels straight away standing in front of them there. It just doesn't happen like that for a lot of people. It's about looking for the signs, the synchronicities that are all around us all the time. And dream state, you know, people coming to us or spirit coming to us at night time is a really wonderful expression of the third eye starting to open. So look for that because it feels as though we're on the edge of real breakthrough this September. I just want to finish with the teal spray for some reason. I'm not even sure why, but I picked this before we started the video and I'd like to just spray this at the end. This is the Alta Major spray. I've made a whole video on Alta Major, so I'm not going to go on about it too much now, but let's just connect into it. Alta Major, if you remember, it's this part right at the back of the neck, and let's bring that in. Okay, so again, I'd like you to imagine this coloured scarf being placed around your neck, beautiful teal green. It's like sea green. So it's literally just imagining a beautiful sea green scarf being placed around your neck, made of beautiful silk. And this is for protection, and I'm just tuning into it now, just seeing why we're being drawn to this colour this month and this energy. Rebirth. Okay, this is to do with rebirth. That we are rebirthing ourselves. The process has been going on for a number of months now, but by the end of September, most of you will be able to see the shoots of that rebirth and will start to be actually feeling different, seeing differences in your everyday life. Be very mindful of your thoughts. Be very mindful of what you're thinking. We go right back to the start of this video. Make sure your thoughts are as positive as they can be every single moment of the day. And when you catch yourself being negative or thinking something negative or going into fear mode, counteract it straight away with something else. Okay, I think that's it for this month. I'll be posting more on my Facebook page soon. Once I properly get back to work, when the kids have gone back to school, I send you lots of love and I thank you very much for watching this, and also really want to thank everybody for supporting me so beautifully over this last year in particular, where I've really just seen my work grow into places I never thought would happen. So I'm just really appreciative. Thank you all very much. Namaste.